We're going to look at percentiles. When we're looking at the ACT and SAT scores, I mentioned briefly about the percentile at the end of that. Percentile is really the percent of data that your data value is larger than. So going back to the SAT and ACT, of which one did better, we had our 91st percentile because we said our 28, and when we looked at that graph, we saw that it was better than about 91% of the data. So it's a 91st percentile. Where the SAT was better than about 97% of the data, so it's your 97th percentile. And here it is looking at your data. Here's your z-score on the bottom. The shaded area, the whole portion underneath your curve is 1. So what proportion is the red? That's right here. Same idea down here. Here's your z-score. What proportion is the red? That's right here. Now, looking at our 5-number summary, we know that this is 0 percentile, this is 100 percentile. Our median is our 50th percentile. So if we go ahead and put our others in here, going from here to here, that's the bottom 25%, so this is our 25th percentile. If we put these two together, which is 25% and 25%, we get our 50th percentile. If we add on another 25%, we get our 75th percentile. And if we add on our last 25% under that, we get our 100th percentile. So here, based on this histogram, estimate the mean and the standard deviation. So pause the video and try to do that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say our mean is about 69. Now, when I look at this, if I go ahead and go from my 69 of my mean up to about 75 and down to about 63, that's the majority of my data. So if I go from 69 up to 75, that's a total distance of 6. And that's supposed to be 2 standard deviations. So 6 divided by 2, that means each standard deviation would be about 3. And same idea going the other way. If I went from 69 down to 63, that's 6. It's supposed to be 2 standard deviations, so divide that by 2 and I get 3. So we can measure our one variable stats. We can measure the center with a mean or a median. We also have our interquartile range, our standard deviation, and our range. We also have percentiles that we can use to describe. We have our 5-number summary. When we're visualizing this, we can do a dot plot, we can do a histogram. We also want to go ahead and be concerned about our shape, if it's skewed in one direction, if it's symmetrical, or if it's bell-shaped. We also want to look at any outliers and remember what's resistant to outliers and what's not resistant to outliers. And then we went ahead and we looked at z-scores.